Wallace and simply priceless.
So this short jump ended up being kind of disappointing because I ended up having 5 rails. He came in the ring and he actually stayed a little bit together. He was being a little bit barn sour, and in fact I didn't start off with enough impulsion. I don't think I needed to come with a little bit more energy, but this line actually rode in a 6 stride, which I got. Jumps the first one good. I rebalance, go for that, and he just ticks that with the hind end, and I'm like, uh-oh, that's not very good. So again, we come around. This is a triple bar. We want to get in close. This line was supposed to be 7 strides, and I bent it out and did it in 8, which was still ended up being a nice ride. And we come around the turn to this big green oxer, jump that well, but then I'm getting a little bit of trouble here in the fact that we took the middle part of the triple. So I make an inside turn. He looks to be nice and calm, kind of felt a little frantic underneath me, but it doesn't really convey on the video. Jump that vertical well, and we come to a Swedish oxer where we have to make a decision of a left or right turn, and I make a left-hand turn to head over the rock jump, which in hindsight could have been a mistake because it quasi looks like a cross country, so he may have gotten a little casual. And the last line, I dropped my shoulder a little bit, and so we took the first and the last rail. Again, a bit disappointing for our prep for badminton, but we're going onwards to cross country tomorrow. So this is Corteo's, aka Tate's, first dressage test in about 2 years, so needless to say he was a little exuberant, and so I had to deal with him being a bit excited and tense. This horse is an amazing mover, so he has a lot of flexibility in his joints, and he really can push through the hind end. Oftentimes in my warm-up, I'm just trying to get him to contain the hind end, so we do lots of transitions. He actually was quite petrified of the trees down at the bottom, so he would get really tense on me down there because he couldn't quite see everything, and he could only hear things passing by. So I had to do a lot of containing, which seems to be the story of my horses lately. So we go into the canter transition, and you can see he gets kind of tight in the hind end, but we go into a lengthen, and he's trying to listen. And when this horse is relaxed, he's going to be unbeatable. So it really was about going through the motions again and go across the diagonal. I'm supposed to trot, and he wanted to do a lead change. And their memory is quite amazing, and the fact it has been 2 years since he's been in dressage tests, but he thinks he's supposed to do all the advanced moves that he did 2 years ago. So it's quite interesting how they are, especially when you have ones like Tate and Johnny, who kind of are really hard triers and they want to do their best, and sometimes that gets them in a bit of trouble. But again, he thinks he's supposed to do a canter half pass, but no. So I'm trying to get him straight. This is a canter track canter transition. And then we are supposed to do a trot transition at C, and he's starting to settle a little bit better. And then our walk. And actually the walk can be this guy's worst gait. He just likes to get really tight and stabby in the hind end. So I give him just a little pat just to kind of pretend like, hey, we're done. Take a deep breath. It's kind of like one of my cheat moves. But right now it's just about the experience for him getting back in the ring. And we do our supposed to be a free walk. Obviously you would want to see more spring or swing, not spring. And then we pick up our trot and we have to do our last leg yield. We leg yield to the right. The horse bent to the inside. And it's quite easy for him to do. It would just be really nice if he'd just take a breath. And you see, he just wants to do extended trot the whole time. And then we have to go into our halt, which I was actually proud of him for. He listened to my seat and the backup, which again is off my leg aid. And now we come to our final halt. We're going to do a half 10-meter circle. And he's starting to settle. It'll just take a couple more times of him going out and being in the ring again to get him to relax. So overall, I was really happy with Tate. He nailed the halt at the end, so he's a good boy. Ended up scoring a 33.